Hello, welcome. Today I will be explaining two different technology tools that will be incorporated into instruction during a standards-based unit plan. This unit will focus on properties of matter and will take place in a sixth grade general education classroom where students have a variety of different learning needs. Some students have IEPs, 504 plans, or are English language learners and do receive support primarily from the general education teacher, but also from a special education teacher or an English language learning teacher. The two technology tools that will be covered today are Actively Learn, which is an online reading platform where educators can assign their students different articles, different textbook excerpts, and a variety of other focuses, and then Flipgrid, which will be used as an assessment tool and is a video recording website where students can record a video and then submit it to their teacher. So those are the two tools that we'll be covering. We're going to first look at Actively Learn. This is what Actively Learn looks like when you open it. It looks very similar to many other reading platforms that are out there today. I've pre-selected an article that I had just searched for in the science tab by narrowing it down by topic, and I went to matter. So when you do find an article, this is what, as an educator, you'll see. It gives an assignment direction, which students will be able to see, and gives a question for them to focus on as they're reading. How do the phases of matter differ from one another? And then it also provides the educator with additional information on how this could be taught alongside not just reading it, but with other activities. And then it also gives extra videos that could be incorporated for the students to look at and other articles to read that can connect to it. So if we were to look at this, we could add a pre-reading question for students to answer. Right here, anything that's highlighted is a note that shows up on the side for students to further their understanding of a topic. Sometimes this will be vocabulary words where it'll get a glossary definition, or sometimes even an extra video to support student learning during that. So as a class, we would begin reading through this and annotating. You can highlight and insert different notes. This is more from the teacher perspective, but students can highlight and add annotations as well. So we would do this together together on the whiteboard, and then after going through a few the sections, I would have students then go and work individually or in pairs to finish reading it and annotate. Now, the cool thing about this is that you are able to insert questions, but it also does provide questions ahead of time that you can push to students. So there are different DOK levels, and they do match up with standards. So for example, this one, a student could answer the multiple choice question and see after the fact what all of the different student answers are to see if they were correct. Similarly, if we scroll down, there's videos that are added to aid the text, and there's different levels of questions. So that's another multiple choice, but then here we have a short response question where students would have to explain in writing. And then the teacher could go through and see what progress they're making while they're learning. So that's Actively Learn. It's a quick overview of it. After we read this article together and go through the 3 phases of matter, I would then have students go to a website called Flipgrid. So this is a website where students can add a video to the specific grid that a teacher creates. So as you can see, I have a grid called Phases of Matter. And if I were to click on it, this is a teacher perspective. I will show you student, but as a teacher, you can see all the videos. Right now, there's none, and there's no topic with this. But when a topic is created, that means a student has created a video. And what I'll have students do with Flipgrid is they'll create, as you can see in the instructions, they'll create a video explaining the phases of matter and including a representation of some kind of visual of the 3 phases. So that could be making a drawing using physical objects, and they'll submit the grid when they are done. This is the student view of it. They'll see the grid and the topic, and then they'll be prompted to make a video. They can import a video if they needed to. They can retry. They can, they can add to it. They can pause it in between taking or recording parts of the video and restart it. So it gives them a lot of options. There is a 5-minute limit on the video, so this would be more of a quick show what you know kind of assessment, more of a formative assessment than anything else. And then once a student is done, they'll submit it. And as a teacher, it would show up in this space right here. And right now I have it set, there's features where you can modify or you can moderate it. So if I were to edit this topic, you can kind of see more. It gives you time limit. You can limit it to, you only have a minute to explain it. And then if I were to moderate it, that means that I have to, as a teacher, approve the videos before other students can see them. So this allows, I think this would allow students to be a little bit more comfortable knowing that it wouldn't immediately be visible to their peers. And the teacher never has to post it if they just want to see individually where students are at. So it gives a little bit of flexibility in that case as well. So those are the two technology tools that I would be incorporating into this unit plan. They allow students a little bit more of an engaging learning opportunity, especially the Flipgrid part. It's more engaging than, say, just taking a quiz or doing a quick exit slip. And it provides students with a little bit more creativity about how they share their knowledge. So those were the two technology tools. They were Actively Learn and Flipgrid. Thank you.